Hello and welcome to GB Pensions offices in Albany on Auckland's beautiful North Shore. I'm here with Tony Chamberlain, who's the Director of GB Pensions. Tony, hi.
Morning Leslie, how are you?
I'm good. Now look, a lot of companies in your sector talk about pension transfers. What's interesting about GB Pensions is that you talk more about pension transfer options. So start by telling me a bit about this and this important descriptive difference that you have.
It's pretty simple really. The three main options are do nothing. You can leave the pension scheme in the UK and draw the benefits from the UK whilst you're living in New Zealand. You can transfer it to a New Zealand registered pension scheme that is a specially adapted pension scheme. That's called a QROPS, or a Qualifying Recognised Overseas Pension Scheme. The alternative to transfer the money is to a SIP, a Self-Invested Personal Pension, which is a UK pension scheme.
And we're talking about people who've worked in the UK and have accumulated a DB or DC pension scheme?
So there's two real main categories of pensions in the UK. Defined contribution is the DC, and the defined benefit scheme is the DB rather. And the difference is that a defined contribution scheme, the only thing that's defined with that scheme is its contributions, and a defined benefit scheme, the only thing that's defined with a defined benefit scheme is the benefits. So that's where the names originate from, and they're two distinctly different products.
But you look after both of those?
And we can handle both those types of pension schemes.
So you've mentioned QROPS, QROPS, and I think when people Google pension transfer to New Zealand, that's one of the acronyms that comes up most frequently. Would it be fair to say that that's the most common route that people go down?
It probably is, because it's designed specifically for transfers into New Zealand, and it is probably the most simplest route because it avoids UK taxation, and the process is set in stone, if you like, with the UK pension companies to facilitate and allow those transfers to proceed without UK tax complications.
So does GB Pensions have its own QROPS scheme that you put your clients' money into then?
No, we are completely independent, albeit we do have our favoured schemes, but we analyse all the schemes that are on the market, and there's not a broad or a large market in New Zealand, it's relatively restricted, but we don't provide our own scheme, we just provide independent advice on the schemes that are available, so we have no allegiance to any particular schemes in any way, shape or form.
And where does KiwiSaver fit into that?
KiwiSaver cannot technically be a QROPS, and so therefore there are no KiwiSavers that are QROPS. So the two really can't be spoken, they can be treated completely separately, they're not related at all.
Now you also mentioned SIP, Self-Invested Personal Pension. You don't hear very much about that option. Can you explain why that is?
So most advisors in New Zealand will only really be familiar with QROPS because it's a New Zealand based product. But a SIP is a UK registered pension scheme that can still be accessed by New Zealand tax residents, even though it's a product in the UK. And so therefore that's quite a specialist area to be involved in. We're one of the few, if not the only, providers in the country to be able to advise on SIPs, because it also has some quite complicated tax involvement when the client comes to take their monies out. So there's a little bit of additional tax work that we have to become involved with and assist the clients with when they come to draw those monies out.
And you did say also that some clients choose to leave their money where it is.
Yep, numerous clients that we deal with would rather not, for whatever reason, transfer at all, and in some cases it's better for them not to. And there are also good reasons for them to leave their monies in the UK if that's what they so wish.
Do you get satisfaction from your work?
Absolutely. It's really nice to be able to give people those three options and let them decide on what they want to do. We don't like to push anyone down any one particular avenue. We'd rather give them informed information so they can make the right decision based on what they know. So give them a little bit of education about what's available.
And that's a successful day at the office?
Hopefully, yep.
Excellent. Tony, thank you.
Thank you.